Rumors are that allegedly Nene Leakes owes kandiburruss a huge thank you. What's going on? I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified, so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Nene owes Kandi a huge thank you. What's going on? I have some new information that may answer that question and more. And here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly it was Kandi who ultimately protected Nene's peach for her big return. The source said, allegedly, Nene can thank Kandi for her returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. Kandi has a lot of pull at the network, said the source. She is currently the most powerful black woman on reality TV. So having her pull for your career and privately backing you says a lot. Allegedly, Kandi gave Andy and Bravo permission to welcome Nene back into the fold of things at the franchise. Kandi's advice, said the source, and reality TV eye for talent means a lot to producers and the network. So, of course, the network allegedly receiving her blessing for Nene to return is a huge deal. Kandi is currently the franchise star and still reigns as the longest-standing housewife at Bravo. She knows how to make good reality TV, and she knows Nene is good reality TV. So the question is, does Kandi also have enough power to bring back Porsha and Kim to the franchise? Well, an industry insider said Kandi definitely has the pull to bring Porsha back, but Kim is a different story. Allegedly, behind the scenes, Kandi doesn't know if Kim would be a good fit with the new cast, but doesn't know if the network feels the same way. But Porsha, she is definitely on board to have back. And Kandi knows best, said fans. Kandi is a reality TV powerhouse, and if she says bring Nene and Porsha back, then you bring Nene and Porsha back. Another fan said, Kandi knows how to pick winners, and Nene and Porsha are both Bravo winners. An industry insider said, I'm not surprised the network is allegedly looking to Kandi for help with rebooting the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast for season 16. The franchise has become her baby since Nene left, and Kandi really stepped up to protect the franchise and move it forward. All sources agree that Kandi is indeed the person to make the right choice on rebooting the casting for the franchise. With some fans still on the fence about Nene returning because of the way she left, it was also very surprising and very bold of Kandi to go against some of those fans. But she knows that ultimately Nene is good for the show. For now, no decision has been officially made about Nene returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. However, if Nene does return, you can bet that Kandi had a huge hand in making the deal happen. Now, kinfolk, this is some new information that came across my desk this week about Kandi allegedly having a big hand in Nene's possible return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. Now, when it comes to this rumor, kinfolk, it is one part of it that I absolutely believe, and it's this. Kinfolk, I am of the belief that Kandi is the right person to help recast the show. And in helping to recast the show, if she did allegedly give Bravo permission to bring Nene back, then Kandi understands that you have to sometimes do things that you know may not be popular with the fans for the greater good of the show. Like the source also said, Kandi is a reality TV powerhouse. She knows how to pick winners. She knows how to make reality TV work. And she knows Nene is good for reality TV. And also, Nene is an OG. And so an OG honestly knows the DNA of the show. And they also know exactly what the fans want, what they want to see, how they want to see it, and who they want to see it from. And I think that Kandi using her producer eye really can help the network really turn things around with the franchise. So when this rumor first came across my desk, a lot of people were like, who is Kandi to give Bravo permission? Why would they need permission from Kandi? Well, I think it's that if you are to believe this rumor, because right now it's only alleged information and speculation, one can believe that the network actually does respect Kandi professionally as a reality TV show producer. After all, she did help produce all of her spinoffs that were hugely successful. So with that being said, I'm not too surprised if this rumor turns out to be true that Bravo did come to Kandi about Nene's possible return. Now, kinfolk is another part of this rumor that I can also see as being factual about Nene's return and Kandi's real hand in making that happen. And it's this. Now, kinfolk, I do believe that, if Nene does come back, it was not ultimately left up to Kandi to make happen. I do feel like production probably did, or the network probably did, run this possible return to Kandi, also to Sheree, and also to Kenya, just to see if they would be willing to work with Nene again, because of the way she left the show on her last season. When Nene left Real Housewives of Atlanta, she really burnt down a lot of bridges. And after Greg passed, she was given so much goodwill and love from the ladies. But soon after, if you remember, she did that interview where she threw them all under the bus. And a lot of the ladies reportedly felt like they just could not trust Nene to be a team player. And who could really blame them? So with that being said, I do feel like that the production team and maybe also the network possibly could have allegedly asked Kandi, not so much for permission, but to see or to check the temperature of her and all the other ladies who would be working with Nene to see if they were up for the challenge of, again, interacting with Nene. Now, kinfolk, also, I do believe that Nene's big return, I do think it is a combination of several things. One of those big things being the fans wanting to see Nene return to the franchise because she was such an intricate part in the franchise, receiving so much acclaim and so much success. So I do think if you add Kandi's permission of saying, okay, bring her back, and don't forget, Kenya also had the same sentiment about Nene coming back and wanting to see her come back, then I do feel like that those things are the combination that really made it happen if Nene does return back to the franchise. And I don't think it was just left up to one person, being Kandi, to make that happen. Now, kinfolk, the next part of this rumor that I do find that could be very factual, and it's pretty much echoing what fans have said and also echoing what some producers have allegedly said behind the scenes about Nene returning, and how Kandi does have a good hand in that. And it's this. Kandi has a good hand in all this talk about Nene returning and the producers allegedly asking Kandi for permission to bring Nene back, simply because Kandi understands the cast dynamic. Kandi is an OG. She has officially been with the franchise for 15 years. She knows what works. She knows what doesn't work. And by her knowing this cast dynamic, I honestly feel like that is one of the most important reasons why a lot of people look to Kandi for decisions like this. And that's why she has a very important hand in helping to reshape the show moving forward, whether it's with Nene or a different OG or a different veteran. It's simply that Kandi does understand what makes reality TV work, and she understands, just like Nene, what works at Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, kinfolk, I am going to be perfectly 100% honest with you. I don't think Kandi alone, once again, is going to be the person that is going to pretty much help make this decision. There's someone else in the fold that I think has an equal voice in getting Nene back to the franchise that a lot of people, for some strange reason, is looking over. And the reason why I think they're looking over her is because, recently, Kandi was named one of the most influential women in reality TV. And serving as the longest-standing housewife at Bravo, I can see why she was given that award and that acclaim. However, it's someone who I feel is equally also powerful at Bravo and with this franchise, who also, as I said in the past, allegedly has a huge hand on whether Nene comes back or not. And the person is Kenya. Kenya also, from my sources, are saying has a really big hand on how the network will be shaping the franchise moving forward. Allegedly, both Kenya and Kandi have already received their green lights that they will be coming back next season. And so it seems as if producers are willing to build an entire new reboot of the franchise around Kenya and Kandi. So I do feel like Nene really is in good hands and has a lot of people and a lot of things working in her favor, simply because both Kandi and Kenya have expressed them wanting to work with Nene again and wanting to bring Nene back into the fold of things at the franchise. Now, can Kandi and Kenya make this happen? I absolutely do believe they can. And should they make this happen? I absolutely think they should. But as always, only time will tell. Now, kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think if Nene ultimately returns back to the franchise, it was because of Kandi? Or do you think it was a combination of a lot of things? Kandi, the fans, and producers wanting to bring Nene back to get higher ratings? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.